I would say any job where you come into contact with the public is a good starting point for screenwriting. You're going to have to sit down, usually alone. I'm lucky I've got someone else to sit down with. And you're going to have to create character. And that character, more or less, is going to sell your screenplay. Is the reader engaged with that character? Does the reader care enough what happens to the character and the journey on which that character is going to take? If the answer is yes, yes, and yes, you'll sell it. Of course, coupled with that, you're then going to need a great story. What is his story? My story was very interesting. For example, just in terms of a screenplay, not that I've written it, a journalist who works on a national Sunday newspaper is sent off to investigate the biggest train crash that the capital has ever seen, only to discover his father's in the second carriage. That's my pitch. Yeah.
Obviously, the movie.
Yeah, of course. And it should be that simple. When we sold Goodnight Sweetheart to the BBC, we were pitching to a man who didn't understand the concept. It was very interesting. Morrison, he said, well, what's your next comedy about? And we said, it's about a man who falls in love with a woman who probably died about 30 years ago. And he just looked at us and he said, is it funny? And we said, we hope so. He said, well, then I'll commission it. But that intrigue or I can't let go is really what you're not going to have a long time with the person you're going to pitch to. And as we said this morning at the opening session, have plan B and C in your pocket, because it's every likelihood that the thing you've been preparing for the last 3 months, the guy you're pitching it to has heard it and seen it many, many times before. And sometimes you find that the thing you set out to pitch isn't really what you want to make. That also happened. This documentary that was made about the pitch I've just given you, a journalist on the documentary company asked me to come along as a consultant, no more than that, and pitch the idea of doing an hour documentary for Channel 4 about the Moorgate train crash. And she was pitching it well, and the controller of Channel 4 turned to me and said, is that what you want to do? And I said, well, far be it for me to interrupt her, but I think you're pitching the wrong movie. The film you should be making is how the train crash released me from journalism and made me want to make people laugh. How laughter came out of death. And he looked at me and said, that's the film I want to commission.